Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world. You are watching NowMedia Television.
Hey, welcome to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. I'm excited about today. We got some great CEOs that are coming on. We're going to have some really interesting conversations. Yeah, we're going to talk about the products and services, about what they do, but we're going to talk a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly about what it's about running a business, because I think that's what's really important. I think as our viewers out there, yeah, you want to understand what's really, really, really good, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to learn a lot because of the bad and the ugly, and that's what it's all about. So I'm Michael Rager, your business guide. We're going to be back. We're going to have some great guests. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have some great conversations. Don't go away.
Hi everyone, I'm Clara Capano, and I am so excited to announce that my new TV show, Be Productive, is airing now on Now Media. You can catch it online as well as in several local stations in your immediate market. So go to nowmedia.com and catch all the strategies, all the tips you need from industry leaders on Be Productive.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching Now Media Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, here on the Now Media Television Networks. And this time, we're going to talk with our logistics expert, Stacy Dunn. Stacy, how are you today?
Hi, Michael. How are you? I'm doing good.
Awesome, awesome. So great to see you. It's been a couple weeks. How's everything been in business?
Everything's been very busy. We're going into peak season now, so we're just ramping up our capacity and everything. So just staying busy.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, let's jump into it. Let's start talking about that last mile, right? That's the important thing of getting that whatever your product is, getting at that last little thing, and that's what you guys specialize in. So what are some of the big challenges that small businesses face in last mile delivery?
The first thing that comes to mind is the competitive pressure. Because in the last mile space, there are larger organizations. So for a small business to be a part of this competitive market, it's just a lot of pressure, right? It puts a lot of pressure on the capacity, on our rates. So that's one. The other one is basically seasonal demand. Like I said before, right now we are in our peak season. So this will help business owner handle their fluctuations. So they have to focus on the seasonal demand. So we'll be busy from now until the end of the year, and then we'll slow down again at the beginning of the year, like most businesses. And then the last one is theft and security. Um, Even with us taking our containers out of the port, we have to make sure that we have a secured place to hold the container sometimes if they're not ready for delivery. And that's another area that business owners need to look at because theft is very rampant, especially in the logistics space. And then also we have the holidays that's coming up. So, just want to make sure that we're all looking at that.
Well, it kind of sounds like you got the perfect storm that kind of brews here at the end of the year, right? We got all these things come together that put a whole bunch of challenges. So, how does a company like yours help, alleviate and minimize, the theft and the slowness because of the holidays and like that? How does a company like yours and your expertise help?
So we have implemented route optimization. So just making sure that we understand where we're going. Sometimes most drivers want to know where the location is, what's there. Is it like in a part of the city where there's no like resources? The other thing is delivery with drones and robots. I attended the Break Bulk conference that's being held right now in Houston, and I saw where the innovation for this technology of the delivery for the drones and the robots, I think that's pretty cool. The other thing is same day and on demand delivery, right? You see that a lot with Amazon. Amazon offers that right now. Um, and then in transit tracking. So a lot of times the customers want to know where's their product, and that will help with theft as well. So you can kind of see where your product is at all times and when it's being delivered. The other model that I like to think about too is collaborative delivery model. So a lot of times logistics companies they may not have the capacity at the time when the customer reaches out, but that's why we do collaborative work. So you can call another 3PL company, collaborate with other business owners that you can rely on to help you provide the same services as you would with your customers so you don't lose that customer. So
Well,
those are
let me
some
ask
of
you a
the
question.
innovative solutions.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I know we want to make sure we have a very smooth customer experience, right? Like I know that I ordered this hat, like my idol Jimmy Buffett passed away a couple weeks ago, right? And I ordered this hat and I've been tracking it from Ireland to here. And so I got this new tracking app and it's like taking forever to get here for me. So how do you help? How do you help? Do you guys have an app like that where your clients can go check in and see where things are moving and when they're going to get there and get estimated delivery times and stuff like that? Is that one of the ways that you help your customers, at least alleviate some of that anxiety?
Yes. So most recently, just being innovative and creative, we added our customer on WhatsApp. So we use that technology to communicate when we dropped off a container or if there's any delays in the port. So this is real time update that we provide. So nothing fancy, just something that's going to provide the customer the information, and it works. Because communication is a very important when it comes to logistics, right? We have to make sure that we're communicating with the customer. The other thing is delivery options, making sure that you offer, different times of delivery and also delivery confirmations. So those are some of the solutions that we've implemented in our own business and that you see across the board with other logistics companies. And last but not least is the customer feedback. One of the things that we like to do is reach back out to the customer to find out, how did we do? What are some of the things that we can change moving forward? And that seems to work a lot better because at that point the customer can tell us, hey, you did well on this part of it, but you missed a few things here. And we're able to work on that on a go forward basis.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to come to you now as a CEO of the company, versus the salesperson of the company right now. So you're coming into a time like this is very challenging for you and your company. What are some challenges that you face as a CEO to make sure that your workforce is happy, they're committed, and they're doing what they're supposed to do in this challenging season of yours?
Yeah, right now, the most challenging part of our business is the rates. Customers are looking for lower rates due to the economic climate. And unfortunately, the expenses as a business owner, especially in logistics, they're high. So my expenses that I had, in the beginning of the year, it doesn't change, right? We always have to pay for insurance. We also have to maintain our trucks. So when customer comes to us and they want a lower rate, it's kind of difficult to, squeeze that out because it's just, you're in business to be profitable. So that for us right now is a big challenge. And that's what's really going on in our industry. You'll see a lot of companies that have folded, that's been around for years. So it's just been very difficult. And it's been going on now for about a year and change. So, it's just these rates are just really in the bottom at this point.
Yeah, it's right now you see everybody wants, things you can cut, you can cut, you can cut. But, in a logistics company like yourself, you've got increased fuel costs, you've got increased cost of goods sold, the things that are coming into your business and the things that you got to do, they cost you more. And you can only absorb so much of that because your profit margins are where they are. And
Exactly.
we got to make a
Right.
certain
And then
a certain
we've
cut.
also had to lose clients,
Hmm.
because of that. Because if
Hmm.
it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? We can't be working, at a no profit margin. It just doesn't work. I mean, I'll be out of business in no time if I did that. So it's just been very hard.
How much time do you, as a business owner, as a CEO, do you spend with your CFO and looking at those numbers to make sure that you're there and you're keeping those numbers where they need to be so you can make important decisions?
I mean, they're tired of me. We're looking at these numbers all the time. We have to, especially in this market, we have to make sure that we know what our numbers are. What can we do? What is our bottom line as far as these rates? And just really knowing those numbers really helped us, decide, okay, will this project work for us? Is this a good fit, etc.
I get it. That's so important. It's I love to hear it because so many people the numbers aren't sexy, but the numbers are what we need to do to make sure we got a business that keeps moving and moving and moving. So we got about a minute and a half here, Stacey. So if people want to go ahead and they want to, find out about your services and have you help them move stuff around around the state and around the world and around the city, how do they get a hold of you?
Yes, we are on all social media platform as Black Eagle Transportation. Our website is also www.blackeagletransportation.com, and that's how they can find us.
All right. So coming into this city, I want you to give somebody one last tip is we're coming into the busy season. If they feel they've got to ship stuff, what's the one thing they need to look at now coming into Q4 so they can make sure stuff gets to where it's supposed to get to when it's supposed to get there?
They need to contact their logistics team really early in the process, right? Coming in at last minute, um, that business owner may not have capacity to move your items. And then, now you're stuck paying a higher rate because you need to get say the container or the product out, and you can't do that because you didn't, take the necessary steps from maybe 2, 3 months ago to secure that capacity. So it's very important that you work early, and you contact and you negotiate those rates very early on in the game.
Well, that's awesome,
Because then
Stacey. That's some
that will
great
help with
advice.
capacity and rate.
Well, that's some great advice. Thanks so much for sharing that. I'm looking forward to learning more about, how you do things and hearing about how you have overcome as a CEO and how you make sure that company, keeps running smoothly the way it does. So Stacey Dunn Black Eagle Transportation. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
All right, I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV. We're going to be back with more right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching NowMedia Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? Llame ya.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. And it's that time. I just found out this is her new name, the Crazy Foil Lady. Julie, how are you doing today, Julie?
Good morning. I'm back, the Crazy Foil Lady.
So how did you end up getting the nickname Crazy Foil Lady?
I love how we're starting this morning just laughing because, I mean, if you're in the aluminum foil pans specifically, because people are always asking me, do you do anything else? I'm just like, no, this is all I do, just aluminum foil pans. And throughout the years, I would just make a lot of fun jokes about it because how much can you really talk about in manufacturing, right? So I would be like, hey, everyone wear a hat, pretend like aliens can't invade, so they're like, Julie the Crazy Foil Lady. You don't need to remember my last name. Just remember Julie
the Crazy Foil Lady. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So we're talking about right now, being in the foil pan industry, it's become a seasonality time right now because everybody needs that foil pan. Because like me, the single dude, I don't have a whole bunch of pans. I'm gonna go buy the one at H-E-B and Kroger to cook my. What do I cook here? I cook the prime ribs. That's my thing. Prime rib and maybe a little bit of ham. So you're getting busy. This is going on. How do you handle that? And how do you start preparing for this as CEO, getting into this busy season?
That is a great question because throughout manufacturing lessons, I've learned so many mistakes to where now I understand we actually don't even plan like quarterly. We plan years ahead because we know like in terms of every single industry, we have trends. And so when I go into looking at our data. Our busy season in terms of manufacturing is the quarter before that and the quarter before that. So it's usually the second or third quarter, and then when people need the products is going to be the last quarter. So if we don't have everything prepared in terms of your volume, your forecast, and your projections, a lot of variables in the manufacturing world really can change a whole lot.
So when you're looking at that, I tell my clients a lot of what's happening now is happening because of 90 to 180 days beforehand. So as this is making sure that your salespeople are out there getting the orders, you're getting everything in, so you have a good idea of where you need to be on product in-house, everything you need to be so you can start making the product and get it ready. Is that the things you start looking at 90 to 180 days out?
I don't even think about 90 to 180 days out. Really, it is, things have really shifted, I think, just overall for small businesses, that we need to plan ahead, way ahead. So when you're talking about preparing, my salespeople, let's say, when they talk to all of our clients, we are actually preparing forecasts, like I said, a year ahead. Okay. Because things have changed so much. And on top of that, gaining new salespeople, the sales cycle has stretched so much longer, where sometimes it used to be a month. It's up to half a year now because of the reviews and, like I said, seasonalities in industry.
So even with what you're doing to make sure that you can meet costs and stay on margins and what you do, how far out are you actually ordering supplies and stuff to get? Are you, because I know you got to leverage, you got to hedge stuff. How do you figure that out?
So depends, of course, you analyze all of your top costs down to your lowest, right? So we plan at least 6 months ahead in terms of purchasing for large items like pallets and things like that. Other ones, we can do it quarterly. And then in terms of materials, is actually, we have contracts, just like we have contracts with our clients. So we have contracts, usually 3 years to 5 years, long-term partnerships. And I know we have some logistics people on the show, and when they're talking about it, I partner up with a lot of logistics people too, and we had to partner up to a year ago or something like that.
Well, it's just something that you said right now. You're saying, hey, we're in a company that we make aluminum foil pans, and then you just mentioned pallets. People aren't thinking a lot of times about these ancillary things that we need to make sure that we can make profit. So what other types of things, and how do you look at those things, as a CEO? And let me share this. And here's what I'm going to say, because I know you'll laugh. I was on a panel discussion yesterday, and my friend brought up, do you watch South Park? Do you remember? Do you remember the one, the underpants gnomes? When they went in, they stole the underpants, and they came out, and they followed the gnomes, and they went up there, and they followed the gnomes, and said, why are you doing it? And they go, we steal underpants, step 1. Step 3, make profit. And when they ask him, what's step 2? And they're just going, step 2, step 2, step 2. This is where business owners that are planning to get into business, they don't spend enough time on step 2. They're like, I got this great idea, and I'm going to make profit. But here you're in a manufacturing. It seems like it should be very straightforward and simple. We make this product, we take it to whoever they're going to sell it, let them sell it, and go. But
and
there's so much other things behind there that you're not thinking about. So when you got into your role, how did you start looking at those things that you weren't even prepared for when you got in the role?
You sound like my investor. Profit.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's all of that. That's why I always tell people, enjoy the process. Because if you don't enjoy the process, when I got into it, I researched everything, I studied everything, but guess what? Every day I'm learning I need something new. So when you're talking about pallets, we need shrink wrap, we need, labels, we need, all of these things are, for me, they were all learning experiences, but at the same time, I am here as an entrepreneur to also teach my team, this is what you need. And I encourage them, if they want to become an entrepreneur, you need to look at all of those needs that are going to provide the results. Then profit.
Well, step 2, that's where it is. Step 2. So many business owners skip step 2 and they jump into They just want to go, I got a great idea, I'll make money. Great idea, got to make money. I mean, I know I'm in it. I'm spending all my time right now with our franchise on step 2. I spent more time on step 2 than I spent anywhere. So now as a CEO, taking the vision and going to where we need to go, because that's your job, to cast the vision and then help execute. How do you come out of the busy season? So we're going in, now how do we come out of the busy season and make sure that everything stays the way it's supposed to stay?
Like I tell my team, we kind of live in the future, right? Like right now, everyone is, to us, this year's done. Like this year, all the orders and everything, so all it's gonna take is logistics. So we have all the dispatch team, and working with logistics and supply chain and things like that. So right now is us preparing for the next 2 quarters, so the first 2 quarters for next year. So we're like really trying to stay in the trends.
Yeah, well that's it. CEO, you're looking in the future, you're constantly looking in the future. So I'm gonna talk about the future, and I'm gonna talk about one of your passions. So you got, nobody's gonna call you and order pans, but they're gonna go ahead, they wanna go see the cool things you do. Tell us about your charity and the things you do in your charity.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to talk about this. I can talk about all day long.
Well, you only got a minute now.
Okay, Houston Strong. So we're disaster relief. And it's all grassroots. We don't have a nonprofit yet. I'm looking to partner up with people that can do this with us. We work with BREC, we work with Cajun Navy, and a lot of people from Louisiana. So when there's any kind of disaster relief, we just do it. We just get people to help, dispatch supplies, and volunteer and try to rescue and find the right people to do so. And that is my life dream goal.
So it's just really get on your Facebook page, get on that Houston Strong, go there and get you. If they need to contact you, that's the place to get a hold of you. Because I know you and your husband, you guys are social media crazy. If you're not following this lady, this is something you need to do. They do some really fun stuff. But what they do with the Cajun Navy, and they do with all this stuff in the disaster relief, that makes such a difference in so many people's lives. So Julie, thanks a lot for being here. I'm gonna decide whether the crazy aluminum foil lady just sticks. We start putting it across the bottom instead of Julie. So this is Michael Rager, your business guide. We're gonna be back with more of Biz Talk TV on NowMedia Television right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure, and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching NowMedia Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? Llame ya.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. Hey, we're going to talk books and bookkeeping with Nora. Nora, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Michael?
Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, this is one of the things. It's funny. We were just talking about loving your numbers with the last two people around here. So it's just great that we got you here right now. So let's talk about bookkeeping and what happens. So what are some of the common bookkeeping mistakes that small businesses make, and how can they be avoided?
So one big mistake, actually not doing bookkeeping. So that's the first one. They think it's a luxury. The second one is not starting right with the bookkeeping, because what they do usually, they just start like connecting their accounts to their software or whatever, and then they're not actually setting the charts of accounts. You have to identify what the charts of accounts, what you need to record on what. Basically, it's, for example, like this is for marketing. So that's an account. Marketing is an account. Sales is an account. You know, how you want to see your numbers. So do you want to see how do you want to see the breakdown for the sales? Do you want to see per piece? Do you want to see, for example, if you have different services? For example, I will just use my business as an example. Like, do I want to see tax planning alone and then tax preparation alone, or I just want to see them as one service? So you have to set a chart of account correctly. And then a lot of people, when they use softwares, for example, they do a lot of duplicates because they don't know how to use the software. So this is a big mistake we see. They overestimate their revenue this way. Another way to overestimate the revenue is when they take a loan. What happened is they record that as a revenue. So they end up paying taxes on their loan while they shouldn't have. So this is most common mistakes I've seen with my clients, and I've spoken to a lot of actually tax and accounting professional, and they see the same exact thing. So it's very common. So
yeah, I know myself, as I really look at my clients, especially their P&L statements and where they're going, so we can help them. You know, I'm really fixated on gross profit margin. That's where I want my clients to look at, because I want to understand exactly how the business operates, and they really have a hard time with COGS, cost of goods sold. How do you help them, you know, do that in the chart of accounts? Because I see so many of them, if they're using QuickBooks or Xero or Wave, that they don't get it. They just really don't get how cost of goods sold is separate from like our fixed costs and going from there. So how do you help them there?
And so I offer something like just to set their chart of accounts. So I tell them, okay, even if you don't want to hire me for a month by month or hire a bookkeeper for month to month, just make sure you set it right. Because what happens is, like, we meet with the client and see, okay, what do you want to see? And okay, what's the direct cost for your business? So basically that's the cost of goods sold. Like if you need, for example, if you have a bakery, right? Like you want to, flour is the cost of goods sold. That's just an example. So anything that you need directly to make the product or the service you're offering, that is cost of goods sold. So if you have your chart of accounts set correctly, just hire someone to do it for you correctly. Like we meet with the client, ask them exactly what they need to see, what they have, what's the cost involved. And then like we do the chart of account with numbers and everything, because also I don't like a numbered chart of account, because simply if you can mess up accounts, but if you know the number, you know this is not the right number. So you're not going to know it like over time, but over time you're going to you're going to memorize those numbers, and you will catch mistakes, because it's so easy to make mistakes, because it's kind of boring, right? To do it.
No, I agree with you that those chart of accounts and understanding is it. And when I teach my clients, it's COGS goes to anything that I spend money on because I sold something. And my fixed costs are things that I've got to pay no matter whether I sold something or not. And if we can get them to understand that, I think that gets away, 50% of the problem. But then it comes to the next thing is reconciliation. And I was telling you before we got on air, like, I'm the worst reconciler. I wait till January of the year after to start reconciling. How often should we be, reconciling for, our business? How often should we be checking everything?
It should be a monthly reconciliation. So that's when reconciliation happen every month. Once you get your bank statement or your credit card statement or your loan statements, anything that you need to reconcile, you have to do it on a monthly basis. So usually in the first day or second day of the month, you will get those statements. So you start to do reconciliation. Because if you do not do the reconciliation, you're not going to have an accurate report. So how can you know your gross margin? How can you know how you can monitor everything else that you need, KPIs, everything? You cannot really do that, because if you do not reconcile, I assure you that you will find a mistake. You're either missing something or you are duplicating something. And it's very and if you do not categorize it, especially if you're using software, if you're not categorizing that, it's not gonna be showing on your report. So your numbers are gonna be incorrect. Therefore, your decision is gonna be incorrect.
So let me ask you another question that goes with reconciliation is receipts. Keeping receipts, what to keep, what not to keep. They end up in my wallet and they end up crushed in a little ball, and then they sit in the sun and then they disappear and I can't see anything. What receipts should we keep and how should we keep them?
Well, keep everything. Every single thing that you're gonna put in your books, you should keep. So here's an easy way to do it. Like if you're using a software like, for example, the QuickBook, like you said, you can snap them, right? You can snap them into software and just take a picture from your phone. Another good way is like if you're using Google Drive or something, just take a picture, even on your phone. Have a file with all these receipts. But like I would say, if you, for example, going for lunch with someone on business, right? You maybe like a partner, or maybe you're a client or a prospect. You want to charge this to your business. So it depends on like how it is. Sometimes it's 50% you can charge because you're going to eat anyway, right? Last 2 years, they allow us to do 100% deduction. So, but you have to write at least on the receipt, like take the receipt, because now like they don't give you the receipt unless you want it. Take it because it's a business expense. Write down who did you go with and what actually you did in this meeting. What are you hope to accomplish? Just like, prospect, meeting with prospect, or maybe, for example, like I'm just going to give an example of me meeting with a client. Let's say we're meeting outside for lunch, but we're doing the chart of account, discussing the chart of account, how we want to set it, meeting with this client to do this. And then just keep it on folder month per month and just keep them there. This way it's easy to reconcile. And also when you do your taxes, if you were selected for audits, you have everything, so you don't lose your deductions. You don't want to lose your deductions just because you do not have anything to support it. I give just going to eat as an example, but because a lot of people miss that and miss how they want to have, like, they need to know exactly what they did on that. But this goes with a lot of things. For example, also, also like mileage, right? Because you're gonna drive, you want to see like how many miles did you drive, all of these information. So those can be more complicated than just regular invoices. But this is how you want to keep every single thing. Easy things like Canva, if you're using Canva, for example, or something else, you can just save those, or you can go back onto your software or whatever software, like online, you can just keep them. Just keep them per file. You can use, like I said, like any way to save them, like on your computer, on your drive. It's easier to have them on the cloud, so you
Yeah.
can get them anywhere you are.
Yeah, I know. I've done that. I was audited before, and it was fun. My IRS guy hated me because I was kind of a jerk. But imagine that. So, Nora, it's been great. I appreciate everything you did today. If people want to get a hold of you, very quickly, we got about 15 seconds. How do they get a hold of you?
So they just go to my website, noorasbooks.com, and they go to contact us. They can book a call with me, a free call, and we can talk on Zoom and see if we're a good fit.
Awesome, awesome. That's some great stuff. I can't wait to get into more of it next time. This is Michael Rager, your business guide here on NowMedia Television. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching NowMedia Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? ¡Llame ya!
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. And we're going to talk a little bit tech, but we're not going to talk about tech too much. We got Maurice. Maurice, how are you today?
Pretty good, Michael. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. So we're going to talk a little bit today about, your CEO, managing partner of your company, the good, the bad, and the ugly of running a business. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, man. So you started your company. What made you start your company?
I had all that knowledge and all that experience working decades in corporate America. I had the relationships. I had the contacts. I knew who the OEM vendors were. And I said, you know what? I think I want to branch out on my own, try to do something I've always had a lifelong ambition to try. So that it motivated me to try it on my own.
So, okay. So now we're there. There's the good. We're going to get out. I see it all the time. I knew when I got into business, I used to go like, that kind of guy that I'm talking to every day that's running this company, I can do it better than him, right? That's what we're thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So now let's get in the bad. All right. So here you go. You step out. You get doing what you're doing. Man, what brick walls did you hit, early on in building your business?
Well, that's an excellent question because I just talked about saying, I want to do this. I really think I could do this. I've got all these relationships. I can pull this off. The bad of that is that you don't have everything for it. You have to understand there are a lot of moving parts that goes along with that. One of the things where you have to really map out exactly where you want to go and what exactly you want to do. And once you have that roadmap mapped out, then I suggest getting coaching from somebody who's more experienced than you are, who's actually wrote the script. They created the movie. Talk to them and let them give you some coaching ideas how you can actually attain the goals that you're looking for.
Well, it's funny. You just kind of went into, we were talking in that segment like two before you. Another friend of mine, Maurice, are you a fan of South Park?
I've seen it a few times. I've seen it a few times, yes.
Okay, there's a South Park on there called the Underwear Gnomes. And these guys go steal underwear to make profit, but they forget about the middle. What do I do in between getting my product and making profit? But that's it. How, when you were starting out, how did you struggle in that figuring out exactly what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to execute it?
That's another great question. I think there are two parts to that. The first thing was that I was trying to do everything when I first started out. I actually had people that wanted to buy computer hardware and software from me, and I wasn't a VAR reseller, but I said, sure, I've got these relationships with distribution. I could do that. And I started selling hardware, started selling software. So I deviated off of that path that I wanted to go. And I think one of the big differences that when I actually figured out that I had to stay pretty much on that path was the first thing I had to do was say, you know what, value everything. Put a number next to everything, like my time. If I want to make $50,000 a year, what does that come out to an hour? If I want to make $100,000 a year, what does that come out to an hour? And then once I started taking my time, adding that to the cost, adding that to insurance, adding that to project management fees, everything that adds up, then I looked at that and said, wait a minute, my real true cost is this. My markup should be this. Now I need to make sure my prices are in alignment with that. So I would say that be aligned, be strategic, don't be all over the place, and stay focused and know your numbers.
No, I think that's, we've heard know your numbers, I think like 4 times this morning. So I think, and there's nothing sexy about knowing your numbers, is there?
To me, I think it's sexy. I look at that and saying, if you know your numbers, then you know how much gross profit that you're going to make at the end of the year, because you know every single detail as to what everything is costing you. And for me to have that intelligence and actually have that additional knowledge, it helps me better, more of a strategic planner. It makes me more cognizant of actually looking at a situation, looking at an order, looking at a project and saying, is this really worth my time? So I find it sexy. I think that without having like that unit level economics into your common working operations, I think that it could be harmful if you don't know that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it becomes sexier once you know that money's going in your back pocket and you get a little more confidence. It goes back to that old Brute commercial, confidence is sexy. So I think we get that. We know our numbers. All right, let's talk ugly, because I had an ugly where I lost 6 figures. What was it ugly? What happened ugly when you were going in this?
I would say I hired too many people too fast. I actually spent a lot of money on marketing that did not give me the ROI that I was looking for. I actually hired some really, really great sales reps. I had some project managers. I had all these different people. And then when I start to look at my profit, I said, wait a second, all your expenses are going towards salary and you're not seeing the money come on the back end of it. Well, at the bottom line. And I said the ugliest part was actually spending that money, wasting that money, never getting the ROI that I was looking for, and saying that's profit that I could have planned out better, more strategically, if I had took baby steps, got the coaching, got the guidance, knew my numbers from day one. It would have made a big difference.
So now here you are, you're the CEO, you're leading, you're managing partner, you're doing all these great things. How do you make those decisions now? Because you've still got to hire, we still got to do stuff, we're still going to grow. How do you strategically make those decisions now?
Another great question. One thing, as I look at that and say, how do I hire people today? I have to go back and again, when I said, what is my time worth? If it's something or an activity that I don't want to do, or if it's an activity that I can't do, then I hire the right person that's going to help me facilitate that role. And then when I do that, I am very, very particular now. I have very strong KPIs. I clearly state what my expectations are. I measure it every week, all the time. I constantly measure the activity of that particular person. So that way I make sure that I have the right person in that job and that I'm taking baby steps in order to get to the next level.
I love that the KPIs. I've changed it from key performance indicators to keep people interested. Because if we can keep people interested in what they're supposed to do, they go make money, they make more money, you make more money, right?
100%. One of the things I learned a long time ago, and I learned this from my founder of the company I used to work for in corporate America, and he would actually say, you know what? If you pay people well, they will stay with you. They would actually contribute to your ideas. They will actually give you ideas that's different than some different objectives that you never thought of. And they will be loyal to you. You have the relationship with them, and you can maybe form some additional partnerships with them. That's what you want. So it makes a big difference. When you take care of people, they'll take care of you.
All right. Well, let me ask you now, has anything interesting happened in the tech world? We got about 3 minutes left. Last time you told us about this breach in Vegas, that was kind of interesting. Anything happened in the last week since we talked to you last?
Everything's still that cybersecurity aspect is still huge. It's still out there. I think the biggest thing that I'm starting to see now would be the more cryptography starting to come into the forefront. There's some of the major banks are actually announcing that they're going to start to look at more digital coins. They're looking at that as possibly to help supplement the U.S. dollar, which in part, that's another conversation. That could be a scary aspect of it, but it could also be a really great thing to kind of prevent some of the cyber crime and some of the crimes that we actually see that's out in the marketplace today. So I think that the more slow progression of cryptography coming into the marketplace to really circumvent some of this cybersecurity that's happening, this bad cybersecurity fraud that's happening, I think that's a really good thing.
No, I love it. That's going to be very interesting to see. Crypto scares me. It really does. I avoid it like the plague if I can. All right, we got about a minute left. How do people get a hold of you if they need to talk about their tech issues and keeping their company safe?
Sure. So they can email me directly at mhamilton@infinovate.com, or they can send an email to my team at info@infinovate.com, and we'll be more than happy to have a conversation.
Man, this was a great conversation, man. I really enjoyed it, and you really sharing about your journey as a CEO, because that's the thing is business owners they don't hear stories like this. They get on the internet and they hear these supposed success stories, and you told it real, man. This is what it's all about.
It is, and there's always a dark side, the bad things that happen. Everybody has a story, but I think that people should hear the bad things, and I tell people so they don't make the same mistakes I made.
Well, that's it. I tell people as a business coach, I've made a lot of the mistakes you had. I built and sold a company with my partners, and we made mistakes. Hey, I lost 6 figures. I'm going to show you how I did it so you don't do it, because trust me, it's stressful.
Yes.
All right, Maurice, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. We're going to see you next time. You go ahead. Have a great week. This is Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV on NowMedia Television. We'll be back with more right after this.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching NowMedia Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. What a great show. I'm telling you, this was fun today. It was really good, you know, talking to Nora and Stacy and Maurice and Julie about some areas that they struggled. How often do you think we talk about the underpants gnome from South Park? I think actually twice today. But we did actually get to find out some of the interesting things. You know, when I host Whiteboards and Whiskey, this is what we talk about. We go into the business challenges of what's going on. And we talked about it today with some CEOs. And they told you the most important thing you've got to look at is your numbers. You've got to understand your numbers because the numbers allow you to make decisions. And I'm going to tell you, when we've gone and done this event, Whiteboards and Whiskey, I've done it like 30 times. And you know, people are really concerned about sales and they're really concerned about hiring people. And that's what it's about. But just imagine coming together and having people, just like our guest today, to sit around and talk and discuss about what's actually going on in their business and how you can avoid pitfalls. That's what it's about. It's about missing what's going, it's about not hitting the potholes as hard as everybody else so we can go ahead and move on and grow our business. I just want to thank our guests today. I'm telling you, they came in, they just gave it all. They told some really, really, really true stories about what's happening. Know your financials, plan ahead, and avoid the underpants gnome. You've got to understand what's going on in your business. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide. I look forward to seeing you next week here on NowMedia Television. Go out there and make it a great day.
This has been a NowMedia Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.
Hi everyone, I'm Clara Capano and I am so excited to announce that my new TV show, Be Productive, is airing now on Now Media. You can catch it online as well as in several local stations in your immediate market. So go to nowmedia.com and catch all the strategies, all the tips you need from industry leaders on Be Productive.
This has been a NowMedia Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching NowMedia Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching NowMedia Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas.